Double-bladed lightsaber action!
Here we go!
I couldn't wait to play Jedi Survivor. I liked the first game a lot. I'm a big fan of Star Wars, old Star Wars, not this Disney crap that is being produced. And I liked Cal Kestis. I didn't dislike him, didn't like him. He was just a okay character. Didn't have a problem with him. I like him a lot more now. Now, I waited up until midnight and I streamed the opening levels of this game on the channel. Go check that out. And after a few hours getting past the Coruscant opening level, by the way, that is absolutely breathtaking. When you see Coruscant, the lower levels of Coruscant, it is absolutely incredible. The detail in this game, this is an Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2 level leap in terms of presentation and graphics from the first game, and getting used to the combat. They do a really good job of introducing it to you, and I like the way they do it because it just starts out where you're like this prisoner, you don't know what's going on, and then slowly you're introduced to the combat, you're introduced to the traversal system. By the way, the traversal system is upgraded quite a bit. You get this really cool grapple hook, and you string together running, jumping, double jumping, wall running, grapple hooking, if that's a thing, and it just feels really, really good. Now, I want to start off with that presentation. A lot of people online, again, believe it or not, social media, Twitter, one thing, two things, three things wrong, and they're hyper inflated. You've got to be negative. You've got to get those follows and hits and likes and retweets. There are some issues that I noticed. There's some screen tearing. I've seen it. It's not something that I, think is prevalent throughout my experience. I noticed it maybe once or twice. I have not noticed any frame rate problems whatsoever. I think the game defaults to the performance mode, but don't hold me to that. But I do know that I'm playing it on that performance mode. And here's the gameplay, folks. Okay, you can go online, you can go to your favorite YouTuber or your favorite Twitter, twatter, whatever the hell that is, and you can look at this gameplay. So not a lot of slowdown here, not a lot of screen tearing, fast, fluid, having a fantastic time. The great thing about this so far is that traversal system, running, double jumping, using the grapple hook when you get that, and putting it all together with the combat. The combat feels deep, but not too deep. I don't know if that sounded good or not, but I'm going to stick with it. And it's like a cross between sort of a hack and slash and a more, I don't want to say difficult style of gameplay, but there are modifiers to your attack. So the square button, if you're playing it on your PlayStation, which I am here, this is the PlayStation 5 version, is your attack. And then the L1 button is block, but while you're holding the L1 button, if you press the attack button, there's a modifier based on the stance that you have. You can upgrade all of that. The lightsaber combat, the health of your character, the attunement to the Force. There's so much to do in the game. I'm only a few hours in, so this is just my initial impression. And so far, between Coruscant and this first area, this first planet that you get to, there's so much to do and see. There's a lot of straight path A to path B to path C if you want to, but once you look around, you use your map, there's so many side areas, and then there are areas that you can't get to right now, and I'm assuming that once you get a little bit deeper into the game and get some more of these powers, you're able to come back a la Metroidvania style gameplay and do even more exploration. Like right here, I couldn't help this droid right now get this skiff out of this mud or this tar, whatever it was. And I'm assuming that as I get stronger, I'm going to be able to come back and pull that out using the power of the Force. If you're a fan of like Clone Wars or some of the Star Wars animated series, I'm telling you, the opening level on Coruscant is absolutely mind-blowing. There's so much detail packed into every scene, and you're seeing a part of that planet that we haven't seen a lot of, and it's just a great way to introduce this new game. And some of the performances, the voice acting and the motion capture, the lip syncing, and just this sort of expression in a lot of the characters' faces, it is so spot on. They really paid a lot of attention to this. This feels like a game that wants to tell a story that wants to evolve from the first game into the sequel to make this a huge franchise. And I feel like this is it. This is such a good game. And I've only played, maybe let's say 3 hours so far of the game, going from that first level again on Coruscant to this first planet. Just the sense of scale and exploration and excitement. I love the customization again right off the bat. Changing your lightsaber, changing the color. You can have, 2 blades at once if you want. That's something that's really cool too. So the original sort of one-bladed lightsaber, I don't even know what that is. Holding a lightsaber in your hand with one blade, like you see most Jedi do in the movies. That's the most balanced way to play the game and to attack. Then there is the double-bladed lightsaber here, which is absolutely just zany and insane, does tons of damage but leaves you open for attacks. Then there's the 2 lightsabers in each hand, which is incredibly fast like Ahsoka Tano. Each of those stances has their own benefits and their own weaknesses, and you can play back and forth with each. You can only have 2 stances at once. So far that I've noticed, you can pick 2. I'm going with the traditional and the double-bladed right now. I just find it to be incredible. Look at that. I mean, dismemberment. Dismemberment is finally in this game. Not just the creatures, by the way. I cut a stormtrooper's arm off when he was swinging at me. Thank you for dismemberment. It is a lightsaber. It's not just going to leave a scar, it's going to cut. And I like the fact that they included that. Is it full dismemberment? No, because we're in 2023. Sorry about that. But at least it's here, and I like that about it. So what I've played so far of the game as a single player fan, as a fan of story and narrative and world building and exploration and spectacle in video games, this is it. If you're a Star Wars fan, old school Star Wars fan, this is it. This is basically it. I'm loving it. You'll love it. Here's gameplay. Not a lot of problems. Yes, they'll patch it in. Not the end of the world. They'll take care of some of the issues. If you're hyper focused in on seeing 1 or 2 frames, my cat just sneezed, 1 or 2 frames here and there, then I don't know what to tell you. Otherwise, here I am playing the game, loving it. Look at this. I mean, the tree got cut in half by my purple double-bladed, and thankfully, the end of that sentence is going to be lightsaber and not something else. So, let me know what you think. If you played the game so far, are you going to get it? I recommend getting this game if you're a fan, again, of story, exploration, action, spectacle, story, world building, and Star Wars. Yes, this is a game you should be playing. Do me a favor, think about hitting that like button, maybe even think about subscribing. I'd appreciate that. But more importantly, let me know what you think about this game in the comments section below. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.